Hi, this is Paul Palmer. Today I want to talk about risk and managing risk through change. So we're about to go into lockdown again in the UK, another 4 hours. Now, significant changes in the pharmaceutical manufacturing environment or distribution, in fact any of the GXP environments, needs to be considered the risk assessments that you've got in place each time you have a significant change. So significant change might be to your facility, it might be to your personnel, it could be to the operations, it could be working practices, and it can be the external environment. And the external environment is one that people often miss. Because when you're doing a risk assessment, so think of the hazard caused by pests, for example. Now, it's something that's easier to think about than the pandemic, I think. So the hazard caused by risks is the environment that you've got outside. So you get your pest control people to come in and they do a full review of your facility and they think, oh, well, you need this here and this here and this here and this here. And then maybe they come back and they do the assessment and they fix problems as they go along. But the thing that you might want to look at is whether they're actually doing another risk assessment. Because at least annually, I would say, maybe every 6 months, but they should just have a look around and make sure that the sightings that they're getting are appropriate for the controls that you've got in place. Maybe something's going on in the environment, so maybe something's changed. So, for example, there might be a change to the external landscaping. So if when they first set it up, there was no flower beds nearby and for decorative purposes, you've got now flower beds or a neighbour's changed the way that they're managing things, or maybe there's waste bins stored in a different location and you're getting more insects or more rodents that are attracted to the site. Well, then you need to consider what you've got in place from your bait boxes, your insect control, your insecticutors. Look at what you've got in place. Make sure you've got holes filled in. Maybe the rodents have found a way in and you need to get that covered up. Or maybe there's a crack that's happened, some subsidence, and cracks happen slowly. Maybe the way that the facility is being used is slightly different, but nobody's really thought about it until they notice a difference in the data that they're collecting when they look at how many bugs that they're finding in the routine monitoring. So similarly, when something external changes, for the pest control, for the neighbours even, for maybe actually, that's a good one I just thought of. Outside at the moment, the council are not tending the hedgerows, they're not cutting the grass, they're not keeping they're not limiting the environment for the proliferation of rodents. So you're going to get more rodents around. Now, it may be that you've got other controls in place, but it may be that you need more rodent boxes outside. Or maybe you need to make sure that you've got some sort of barrier between them and you. So what I'm really getting at is things are changing. Things are changing again and again at the moment. And if you've got a risk register, well, maybe it's time that you went back and had a look at it and make sure that the risk management control that you've put in place is still appropriate. And you may find that there's something that you need to change. It could be that some of the risks have gone down. There's less traffic coming to the site. So some of the risks have reduced. But at the same time, less traffic, does that mean more foxes? Well, that's going to be down to you, unfortunately, because I'm not there, sorry. So good luck. Make sure you review your risk register. Make sure you look at your risks regularly, because everybody working remotely, there's new risks. What if somebody can't get on site? What if somebody can't connect on the Wi-Fi? What are you going to do about it? How are you going to cope? How are you going to make sure the patient still gets the medicines? Okay, that's it for today. Thanks. That's Paul Palmer.